Hello everyone and welcome to this Astro Oracle reading. And as I have written in the description box below this video, this is for all of you who are feeling very much connected with what is beyond, where you feel that you perhaps a little bit advanced in relation to where perhaps your family is at or your friends are at, but where you feel that you are really having this dialogue between yourself and your higher self, and that you are now able to actually move beyond your higher self to really connect with what is out there in cosmos. So this reading is meant for those of you, and also for those of you who feel connected to deceased loved ones, perhaps that you are still in dialogue with them, you still sense their energies around you. And we must remember that the love connection, or the connection we had with our loved ones, that is not going to stop just because they're moving out of their physical avatar. That connection will always be in the continuum. And it is also for those of you who feel connected to ascended masters, or just the angel realms, specific angels perhaps, or whomever or whatever you feel is coming through to you once in a while, where you just have this clear feeling or clear knowing, a clear sense of things. You don't really know where it's coming from, you just all of a sudden know things. You have clarity on things which you cannot explain in a logical way, in the sense that we use the word logic. So let's dive in and see what the cards are holding of messages for us. And we will just begin with this card deck, Messages from Heaven, to see what the overall message is all about, the message that is coming through for us. Of course, this will, perhaps not all of the cards will resonate with where you are right now individually on your life path, but take with you what you feel resonates and just leave the rest behind. And so let's blend the first cards that are coming out here. Okay. So the card that is coming out here is this card. Let the animals on earth support you. Feel their unconditional love. This is card number 41. And as always in my readings, when we have cards coming out with numbers, go with whatever it makes you think about. Go with how you feel it resonates with you. But 4 plus 1 is 5, so there's some kind of transformation going on here. And also with this black colored cat, it is talking about transformation. It's talking about spiritual initiation, some kind of new deep spiritual awakening coming up. And also I sense through the cat that it's very sensual. And a cat is always, through a time of turmoil, it always lands on its 4 legs. And so it also has the ability to move through dimensions, through its sensuality. It's always going its own way, like we say with the cat. Who is owning a cat? No one owns a cat. The cat does what the cat wants to do. The cat goes where it needs to go. It's not asking for permission. It's following through on its sensuality. So I feel here that that is the main message here, that in general the animals and their energies right now on the earth, they are coming through quite strong as a support for us. And we just need to tune into their unconditional love, because it's like they are here to help us transform, to go deeper in our spiritual awakening, and to move us on the path where we are supposed to go, safe and sound on all 4 legs. Okay, so let's see which specific area of life this is talking about. in our 3D lives, physical lives, how this will show up as a tangible energy. This will tell us about where we need to have an extra, look out for things that could turn up in our physical life. So this is what the next card or cards will tell us about. And so, yes, okay, and we have one card coming out here, and I will pull one from the top of the deck as well. And the first one is coming out, is talking about the lovers. And here it's about coming into union with your yin and yang side. With the doves in the picture, it's also about finding peace within yourself, finding peace in your masculine energy and in your feminine energy, and just also let that energy shine out to other people around you. We're just talking about, with the cat coming through, unconditional love. We're definitely in unconditional love, but remember that before we can start radiate that kind of energy out, we need to find it within ourselves. We need to come to peace with ourselves, and we need to forgive ourselves. Whatever it is that we have been working through, our masculine energy and our feminine energy, where we feel that we have been going through some kind of conflict, inner conflict, through meeting events on the outside. What has that done to us on an inner level? And so we need now to really come into forgiveness, unconditional love within ourselves, forgive ourselves so that we are able to forgive people around us, and so that we are able to move on where we are supposed to go now, with this cat leading the way. And the other card coming out is this card, concern. And I feel that this picture of the old man, that the old man is a reference to us, that we have perhaps had so many concerns about this and that, our finances or work life or whatever it is for us on an individual level, that there is something here we have been really concerned about, but that we can be assured that since we have 33 here, and that is a reference to the Christ light, and we have the light coming in through the windows here behind this old gentleman, I feel that this is saying, don't worry anymore. Christ light has your back. Okay, there is spotlight on your concerns. It's like they're saying, your guides, we have seen it, we got it. Okay, we're supporting you. We have seen your concerns. Don't worry anymore. Leave it to us. We have got your back. There's a spotlight on that now. You are in our focus territory right now, and we will see to that these concerns are being lifted away. And since we have 15 over here and 33 over here, when you add 1 plus 1, when you 1 plus 5 is 6, and 3 plus 3 is also 6. So we have 2 6s here, which is a reference to us being cosmic creatures as well as living here on earth. That is why we must tune into that unconditional love, because where we come from before we are beginning our human avatar lives here on earth, we come from other places where there is unconditional love, and where we are coming into the world with no remembrance of our past lives, until we are beginning to walk that path and have that spiritual initiation. Okay, so we are very much self-creators of our destiny. It depends on how much we can, take in on love, and how much forgiveness we can take in, and through that also transform that and bring that out to others. As also we were talking about the cat through number 5 over here, that we are in transformation. We are transformers of low vibrational energy, which we often call negative energy, but energy is really just energy on a low vibration or high vibration. And we are transformers of that. So when we learn to transform all of that, we can move out of our concerns and move on with whatever it is. And I'm also getting the words planned decisions or just plans. So for some of you, whatever it is, in which area of your life, but you have had some kind of, planned decision, but it's like it has not really turned out yet. It has not come to realization. So that could be a concern for some of you, that you had some plans, and why aren't they coming to the surface? They should have been here by now. But we don't know everything about our life path. We can definitely awaken ourselves and push through as much as we can, but we also need to sometimes sit and wait for the response from cosmos, so that the energy that we have been sending out can actually come back to us, because we are fully open to receive that. So definitely work with that for some of you. And let's pull some more cards and see what's coming through. If there are some extra message for these two cards in particular. And we'll just see what's coming through here. Yes. Okay. And the card that is coming through for us here is this card, where we have the light and clarity over here. We have the shadow sides over here, what is not yet unclear, what is not yet clear for us. And so this card is talking about opposite outlook and equality. It's also talking about what's going on a soul level, where we have been hurt, or where we now feel that we can rely on other people and on ourselves. So a huge hint in particular to this card to have an have an opposite outlook. Try to reunite what has been broken within us on a soul level, that now we're coming into union with, between ourselves and our higher self. There's kind of reunion now. Perhaps our soul has been, we feel that we've been divided within us, but now we are coming to a union, a reunion with ourselves. We may even find that twin flame energy within us, which is happening on an inner level before it's playing out in the outside world, which means that you now can go and look for like-minded people. There are no worries anymore that, is there anyone out there to receive my unconditional love? Who wants my love? I feel so much love within me, but who's going to receive it? We're sitting there all alone, and that we perhaps have blinded ourselves, showing up through this card down here, because we have been so hurt that we don't feel that we can rely on anyone. And that's what we really need to work on right now, to forgive ourselves within, to find our way back through the cat here, to walk that way back perhaps to our inner being, to be fully connected within. And so now is a time to find equality, to find that having clarity on life and working with your shadow sides could actually be two sides of the same thing. And now we're coming into equality here. We're coming into to acknowledge that, to accept that fact, that we can also sometimes move through shadow sides, that it's hurtful, yes, but we will also have, we can also make the use of clarity coming up once in a while we are going through our shadow sides. So it's not all dark and it's not always all light, we know that, but now there is an equality of that. We are finding that perfect spot where we are in a perfect balance here. So twin flame energy is also rising now, and also as we have 2 6s, also that double number, definitely referring to, for me, number 6 is referring to the astral body, where we are working with our emotions. So definitely also a double up on that, a double focus. So we are definitely in transformation here. And your guides just want you to know that you are sensitive, but you should really use that sensitivity and sensuality to feel your way now through other realms and dimension, to draw in new energies, because you are here as a transformer. And many of you out there listening to this, you are also light workers, star seeds, love children, star children, and you feel this energy that not everything makes sense in our 3D capitalistic society. There is something else, and you are called upon now to take that energy in. You know, all we need is love. That is really a fact. All we need is love. So you could be the great example here of how to take that in and live it and not compromise. And I feel that's very important here with the cat. It's walking its own way. It doesn't compromise. It doesn't. Okay, so really stay true to yourselves, and let's see which astrology cards are coming out so that we will we can have a closer look at our natal chart to see where perhaps we need to have an extra look. I find that the astrology can give us a very precise picture of where we are at the moment. And I have 3 cards coming out here. So let's have a look at the first one. That is a planet card. And the planets are always showing up as us, using our personality. So this is how we are showing up right now. We're showing up as Mars. This, yes, it says on the card, our physical energy and our drive, strength, and fighting spirit, a very physical card. We also here very much devoted. We are going out here to find our inner dragon, to fight those inner conflicts so that we can become one. Mars is often associated with conflicts and wars, so whatever wars we have had going within us, this is now a time to take action on what needs in the masculine energy here, in the fire element. So we definitely need to go back to this card and see, okay, what's going on in our masculine side right now, because there is this devotion also coming through and willing to go all the way, which also would be a reference to the cat. So we are showing up right now with that extra physical energy to actually be able to take action on things right now. And the universal energy surrounding us, while we are showing up as Mars with this taking leadership and moving forward, taking action on things, we are actually surrounded by another fire sign here, which is Leo. And this is talking about being, proud, working with your self-belief, being passionate, showing courage. The Lion King is willing to protect everything that he holds near and dear. No one comes close to the cups of a Leo without the Leo being in kind of a high alert mode. So this is about our self-creativity and our self-belief. This is also talking about our ego. And so we're definitely being advised to show up with a lot of courage, and also with Mars here ruling the first house, which is how we are showing up in the world, a perfect reference to the cat, and also to the universal energies of Aries that we find in the first house, again with the ego. We are very much in the ego here, but we are called upon to use our creative side here to really believe in ourselves, to show up as a leader in the world. As I was mentioning before, you guys are here as transformers to take in low vibrational energy and put it back out there to the collective as unconditional love. And so let's have a look at the last card, which is also a zodiac sign card. And here we have a reference to Aquarius. So this energy is about, as it says on the card, freedom loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. So really see, it's a very future oriented card here. And here we're on the mental level. So a reference to our visions, ideas, communication, speaking and writing, and how we are coming together. Aquarius is about humanity, community, the individual within the group. And so we have a very much, this is also talking about union, leading us also back to card number 15 over here. So we are finding like-minded people right now. Your guides want you to know that you are tuning in with other people, with your tribe, perhaps coming from other constellations, perhaps coming from beyond. So go with where you feel that you are being heard, where you feel you can have that dialogue. Dive more into who that is coming from in particular. And the guides are definitely, your private guides here are telling you that whomever you have felt, you're on the right path. That is us. This is us speaking to you through your electromagnetic, as Aquarius is also a reference to electricity and being eccentric. That's us talking through to you. And right now we also in the season, Leo season, so where the sun is in its home sign, so there is extra much light coming in, information, changing our DNA codes, opening up for more wisdom and enlightenment. This is a fast-moving energy coming in on a mental level, so definitely pay attention to that. Keep going, your guides are saying. You are a transformer. You are being spiritually ignited now, moving into magic and Kundalini initiation. So a very strong message coming through to you guys from your spirit guides right now. So just have an opposite outlook. Don't judge your life path and where you have been up until now too hard, because there is light on that. There is cleansing. Okay, so this was what I had for you in this Astro Oracle reading. I hope that you have been inspired to dive deeper, to meditate on this. And as I mentioned before, what doesn't resonate, leave that behind. If there is some of it that inspires you, go with that and dive deeper. I'm wishing you all the best out there. Much love. Thank you for watching and listening, and bye for now.